What's up, you guys? If you're new to the channel, hit that bell, subscribe, and like so you don't miss out on videos that'll make you curious and happy. So BTC is now sitting at 3-week highs, and the header says on Coinsmellograph, as I affectionately call it, although it's called Cointelegraph, BTC price 3-week highs greet US CPI. 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. I'm going to talk about Tron TRX and Bittorrent BTT during the video as well, but I'm going to go over some news with you first. Bitcoin starts a new week on promising footing with BTC price action near a 1-month high. Can it last? So here's what I'm going over. I think you can see it there on Coinsmellograph. And the move precedes a conspicuous macroeconomic week for crypto markets with the December 2022 Consumer Price Index print from the United States. You know, I noticed something pretty interesting today. So I've been keeping my eye in the market for some trades with Tesla and Apple. And with last week being hard to determine really what the trading range is unless you want to be delusional, all of a sudden today things went way, way up and higher than what I thought the range would be just based on week 1. So I'm probably going to enter into some trades this week. And if I do, I'm going to share them with you. But things can change so quickly, and in the crypto sphere, just like the stock market, just like any opportunity that runs that way, remember something. Don't ever look at something and say, oh, I missed the train, and then get aggravated. There's always a train. There's always a trade. There's always an investment. There's always an action. By the way, if you want to make money that's not crypto related and you want to work with me in one of my online businesses, if you want more information, go to the About section of our YouTube, and in there, our business inquiry email address. Go grab it. Send me an email. Write it in the subject line. You said to email you about opportunities non-crypto related, and I'll get in touch with you. Now, back to what I was saying. So we've got BTC off to a good start. We've surpassed $17,000. We have less than 100 Bitcoin ATMs added worldwide in the second half of 2022. Comment down below. Do you think that ATMs are going to be everywhere eventually, like normal ATMs? Do you think there's going to be a little bit, or do you think it's going to be a fad that's going to crash, burn, and disappear? Touch smell becomes the next big thing for the Metaverse at CES. If they figure that out, it might be good. Let's see. The sense of smell has been added to the virtual reality VR experience as showcased by Metaverse-focused companies at the Consumer Electronics Show CES 2023. A recent report from consulting firm McKinsey & Company predicted that the Metaverse could potentially generate $5 trillion in value by 2030. The Metaverse is already here. It's been here since the 70s and 80s. It started with that little Pong game with those 2 little sticks and that little ball that would go across the screen and you'd play tennis. Then in the 80s, when you had in television, Atari, or it was late 70s, I remember playing them. That was the next part of the Metaverse. Now you have your supercomputer, Xboxes and PlayStations and more. That's the Metaverse. Guys, don't be fooled and don't be scammed. In other words, not that I'm saying the Metaverse is a farce, but it's going to be video game and it's gaming related, like Roblox and all the other things I already mentioned. So it's not this thing that, oh my God, it's never happened before and this is going to blow minds. It's already here. The Metaverse is here. VR. When did VR goggles come out? Oculus. A long time ago. It's just going to be tweaking video games in different ways, using them in a different manner. That's all it is. That's the Metaverse. You know, the internet, the actual internet itself, has made it easy for people to get scammed because it was such a big breakthrough from zero internet to this thing, the World Wide Web, appearing, that now every time something half makes sense, people look at it and buy it up like crazy, like hotcakes, because they think it's like another internet, when really, if and when something actually works, it's just something that's an add-on. But most things are going to fail or be some kind of a farce or a sales pitch. But the internet has made people more gullible, not because the internet's not real, but because that massive leap happened, and the people that lived through it or were born into it, they're more inclined to believe that a massive breakthrough can happen quickly because the internet's already there and that happens. So something else great should obviously happen easily, right? But the thing is, you have to remember something. There's already, the internet is complicated. It's simple to use if you understand what you're doing, but it's what makes it work is complicated. So when you have to take other things like the blockchain and SH asterisk T-coin projects that would never work no matter what because they're not real, and the in-between, meaning the projects that are real, I think ADA is one of those. I think Tron TRX is one of those. I think Bittorrent BTT is one of those. It's not so frigging easy to get it all to work in 5 years or 1 month or 6 years. It needs to be built on top of something else in a way, or intertwined with that something else. These things are not simple. So even if the concept is good, getting them to work in a horse and buggy type performance state maybe is not as hard. But to get them to work the way that the visionaries involved wanted to work with existing systems, or to even eliminate some existing systems, it takes a lot of time because they're not starting from scratch. These things need to make sense with other things that have been in the world for a long time for them to be considered real world things. The banking system. Everyone says decentralized. I've been saying from the beginning, if you need fiat, if you need old style money, real money to back crypto, you're never ever truly independent with crypto. It's just something that can make sure that things work better if they're handled better. And if they're not handled better, or if people rush too much, or if they expect too much too fast, or if they expect miracles, fairy tales, that's where a lot of the scamming takes place, right? Because people just pile in, and they pile in more, and then the next thing you know, I think I did want to talk about Bittorrent and Tron, which I am doing, and that's what I'm saying, they're real projects. But I was going to look more into the news on the video also, but I kind of went off on getting this point across, and that's what happens when you do off-the-cuff videos, and I felt it was important to get across what I was trying to say here. Let me know if you liked the video. See you in the next one.